What's going on? Facebook Live, YouTube, boys and girls of the podcast. Welcome back to ICast 2023. I am the OG myself, Mr. Brian Schiller. I got to the left of me, Mr. John Rapp, a.k.a. Peepaw, and on the end there, Randy Newton. Just wanted to close out ICast 2023 for you guys, give you a little bit of feedback. First and foremost, I just want to give a huge shout out to the whole Paddle and Fin crew that's been here broadcasting, running around, grabbing guests, making connections, and pumping out nonstop shows for you guys. Hope you guys are loving it and enjoyed all the content. Those that are listening later on the podcast platforms, hope you guys enjoy all the content that these guys put out. We're actually going to go through, get all the audio uploaded to the podcast, and we got like 3 weeks worth of content that's going to be coming at you guys. So if you guys missed something on the live streams, stuff like that, don't worry about it. It's all coming to the audio platforms for you guys. So just wanted to close out ICast. Gentlemen, thank you so much for A, being here, B, working your tails off, and C, just having a good time. And Dubro Fishing's loved having you guys in the booth. Yeah. We had a very, very successful show, a very awesome product release of the Twister track knob in the kayak world and things like that. And it wouldn't have happened without, the whole crew here and everybody else, our pro staff, things like that. So thank you very much.
Yeah, no, it's really been an honor to be here. And, when we first started out the week, we kind of didn't know what was going to happen. But as Wednesday unfolded, it was a great day for this booth. I mean, it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
It was.
And that's the thing, Jimmy Skinner standing off to the left here out of the camera, now in the camera. We had a conversation last year at ICast, talking about doing this very thing, like setting up a table somewhere in ICast, being able to grab people off the floor, put them in the seat, and have a conversation. And with the opportunities that were given to us by Dubro Fishing, shout out to the owner, Mr. Brian Schiller, for having us in the booth here. And, super cool, man. It was an opportunity that worked both for Dubro and Paddle and Fin, and what a great collaboration, and I look forward to doing it again next year with you guys, man. Yeah. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been a real great week. And I mean, honestly, we should be sitting here. You should be talking to Brian right now.
Yeah, we could pull him in a second, but these guys are going to file out and just put him on the spot. So get him in here real quick. Everybody, this is Brian Schiller, owner of Dubro Fishing. We're going to do an interesting podcast coming up here soon with him and I. But, sir, successful show?
Very successful, yeah. Actually, definitely our best ICast yet.
How'd you like having the Paddle and Fin goofballs in here in the booth?
It was very cool, and it definitely added some life to the booth, and we got a lot more attention because, it was a fun environment, and we had a lot of good guys and a lot of good people coming in here to talk about their products and then get exposed to our products along the way. So it worked out really well.
Yeah, totally agree. I know we released something new in the kayak market. Kayak market is something new to you. First impressions and reactions on the new Twister track knob.
So it definitely performs exactly like we designed it and intended it to.
Yep.
And it was awesome to see how many people in this room instantly got it. So when we walk around and we showed other manufacturers who were using other knobs or other anglers how it worked, they instantly got it, instantly saw the benefits that we created with that knob. And it was just it was rewarding to see how much work you and I and the rest of the team and the design staff back at Dubro put into this, and see that everyone else got it right away. So that was really cool.
Well, and two, I mean, I've teased a little bit, right? This knob was just the start, right? We're starting at the ground and working up, and that's kind of the approach we've taken to it. And it's cool to see another company that was outside of the kayak industry, because that's where I come from. That's where I cut my teeth, right? And see a company, like Dubro Fishing dip their toes into that market and looking forward to grow that market, right? And I think that's important, is bringing in new companies, new ideas, and new products to an industry that they may not be familiar with, but it's part of their existing industry.
For sure. And that's basically what Dubro's MO has always been, where whether it be in the hobby industry where we are, or the archery with Pine Ridge Archery, or Dubro fishing, we always kind of look to categories that apply to our strong suits. So whether it be, a smaller molded product that we can create efficiently in the U.S., or it's a collaboration with another manufacturer where we can either build something for them in an OEM status. However it works, we always try to find those areas that our niches work out well, and this is definitely one of those. And the kayak world is just basically, I think the kayak world's been looking for Dubro to come in.
Yeah, totally agree with that 100%. What do you think of the anglers? These goofballs that have been hanging out in your booth all week. I mean, definitely a list of characters. I know we got to keep this PG, right?
Yeah, right. Well, I think Daniel, my son, got a good education this week and learned a lot from the boys, and it's awesome. And the camaraderie that the Paddle and Fin Network has is extremely obvious when you're in this environment and you see how everyone works so well together. And you would think in some situations you might have a competition between show producers or show hosts, and it's exactly the opposite. I think it's so cool how I think the rest of this industry needs to continue to watch what you guys are doing, because you're bringing everyone in. It didn't matter if a manufacturer was a sponsor or not. It didn't matter if there was another podcast around. It's bringing everyone in to lift the sport of fishing, and the hobby of fishing up. And as we've been saying the whole time, it's, a rising tide raises all boats, and Paddle and Fin Network definitely does that. And it's obvious with all these guys. So I think it really was a big benefit to our booth to have the whole crew around here all week.
Right on, man. I definitely appreciate that, and duly noted. It's I know these guys have been telling me all week how great they think it is that, like we said, not a new company, but a company now looking to invest into the sport that we all love. It's something goofy about guys in little plastic boats, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's a brotherhood, right? And not only that, but it's weird, man. It's like we've always said at Paddle and Fin, it doesn't matter what kayak you're in, what rod you fish with, what bait you use, nothing like that. It's the one common factor: we all fish and we all enjoy being on the water, which is very important, And we've met a lot of cool people this week, and people that are interested in not only Dubro but Paddle and Fin and things like that. And that's what ICast is all about, right? Is networking, working with your dealers, letting the press get some content like Paddle and Fin and things like that, and releasing it to the world, you guys out there listening and watching and all that good stuff. So
for sure,
appreciate you jumping in here, man. We won't keep you in here. I know these guys put you on the spot.
It's all right.
Who are we going to pull in next? Jimmy Skinner.
Thank you for the kind words, Big Daddy.
John Rapp with 2 P's is the man.
Old Peepaw. So we got Jimmy Skinner jumping in here, guys. We got all the guys here, so we're just going to kind of rotate through. They wanted me to jump in here. I know I've been absent all week. Obviously, I've been focusing on business and things like that. So, again, I know you may or may not have heard. I appreciate you and what you and the rest of the guys done this week, man. You guys killed it. Pumped out a ton of content, ton of guests, things like that. So what's been your favorite part of ICast 2023 this year?
Just more and more networking. Getting to meet, I got to talk to a couple of boat pros I haven't got to talk to before. Got to talk to a bunch of manufacturers and, put the starting process in for some deals. And then I know I haven't done one today, but I went and finally talked with some guys and have set up dates to get the final cast going again.
Yeah.
So that was what my goal initially was down here. And then it turned into these guys killed it, but making sure this stuff kept working because you didn't have time to do it.
Yeah.
And
welcome to my life, bro.
Yeah, you said that, and I told you. I was like, Jesus Christ. But there was a lot of that.
That's been my best part of this whole thing, is just watching you guys trying to figure it all out, whereas normally it's all on my shoulders. So I actually got to sit back and just laugh a little, because you guys got to see the reality of it. And I'm not saying that you guys have never helped before. Obviously, you guys definitely help and all that stuff. But, like I said, coming down here, I'm like, hey, I got to be focused on this over here. This is all you guys. I'm staying out of it. I'm staying out of the mix. You guys run this. Do it the way you want, and you guys effing crushed it.
Yeah,
I'll
dude,
say it that way.
I like big shout out to Garrett really was pumping out getting people back over here, and then Randy and John did a really, really good job going to people and doing it, which initially I didn't want to do because I wanted it to be here, but there's just so much going on for these people. A lot of these companies, it's just easier for you to do it with them.
Yeah.
And so, glad I brought some stuff to do that. And, we got a lot of that content out. And I'd love to know how many shows we've got that we've knocked them out. And then, big shout out to Waypoint, gave the guys up in the Waypoint booth, a little studio. They did a show with the battery company that was really cool.
Yeah. And I know they shot a promo as well with Waypoint as well, just talking about the network and things like that. So, yeah, huge shout out to them for inviting us over there as well.
So for you, I know you already talked about the Dubro stuff, but like you said a minute ago, me and you talked about this at ICast last year.
Yeah.
How do you think? Obviously, like you said, we crushed it as far as getting it out. But how do you? Did it look and feel like you wanted it to?
Oh yeah, 100%, man. It's we were super fortunate that Brian gave us a corner of his booth. Obviously he's paid a lot of money for this floor space, and we take up a little bit of it.
We're gonna have to negotiate for a little more floor space next year.
But on the flip side, right? Like, it's cool to see the uniqueness of that and how many people stopped to see who you guys were talking to or listen to what you guys were talking about, things like that. Just like the people at home are tuned in, listening to what we're talking about, dude. And it's super cool to see all the industry type people stopping and looking at that, listening, things like that. We're in a giant room of our peers, right? Which is, it's one of those things. It's cool to be able to do that in front of your peers that you work next to side by side.
Yeah, it like you said, it was really cool because like trying to pay attention to the camera and paying attention to your guests, and I would get sidetracked noticing because people would stop.
Yeah,
and man, like I heard a few people say like in between shows we wouldn't even be recording, but I'd be over here working on the computer, and they'd be like, "Man, they got a real deal setup over there."
Yeah,
and like I finally got to walk around a good bit, and I saw one other company doing it.
Okay.
There was one company, can't tell you who it was, and they had it as a round table with like 5 mics.
Yeah.
But they may have only recorded like one
show. Yeah, right.
And we were knocking content out every 30 minutes or so.
Sure.
So, and I mean, it's fun. It's fun to be a little competitive and stay on top of it. And I think next year's even better. I mean, I can already see things like what's going on right now with him stepping on everything. That I'm going to get a different table next year. We're going to get some wire management. Maybe a little better seat.
Hey man, you guys saw the 5-year plan, right?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Yeah, 5-year plan. We won't go into that, but I hope Boss Man over there's pockets are deep. So
I think he just pulled some lint out, but he's good.
Yeah.
But no, man, it's cool. It's something you and I talked about initially last year, and like I said, the opportunity was given to us, and what we've been able to do has been super killer. And I shouldn't even say what you guys have done and accomplished and things like that. So huge kudos to you guys. Who's next? We pulling in White Lavender?
White Lavender to the stage, please. White Lavender to the stage.
There's a story there. I'm not going to share it. I'm just.
His wife might listen to this.
That's fine. Sorry, Garrett's wife. Oh, he's got the groove going in. Brother, it's been good to have you here all week, man. Highlight of the week for you, just being here and podcast-wise or seeing a product, things like that, man.
Honestly, it's just been talking to so many people in this profession that's been my highlight.
Yeah.
I feel like I've made so many new connections and talked with so many new people that it's awesome. It's like I'm super appreciative of this opportunity.
Well, this was Garrett's first time at ICast, man. So now that it's done, it's over. What's one thing you've taken away that you wish you would have been told or known about before you came to ICast?
I think I wish I would have known better, like the scale of what was going on here, because like I knew it, like people warned me about it, and I just don't. I was like, yeah, it won't be that big, and then I get here and it's like massive.
Yeah.
Putting in 10 12,000 steps a day and
Yeah, right.
covering some freaking ground out here. But yeah, I think I also I feel like I could have better taken some opportunities to like get to meet some more people.
Sure.
I think if I get a chance to do that next year, I'm gonna be all over the place. I mean, I was all over the place.
Well, and it's hard to take it in. Like I remember my first ICast, my head was on a swivel, and I'm like, "That's so and so. That's so and so. Look
Yeah.
at this. Look at that." And like, it's hard to take that all in. Where now, this is my third or fourth ICast, right? And I've just kind of been like, "Yeah, it's cool. No big deal." But it's tough, right? Like there is a lot of ground here to cover, and even from a retailer standpoint, right? They're in here looking for new products to carry in their stores, shops. Guides are looking for new products to use, things like that, and it's a lot for them to take in. And like you said, like 12,000 steps is probably an underestimate, right?
Yeah.
Just
I was looking at my pedometer thing on my phone, and it said somewhere around 10 to 12,000 a day. But
nice.
Who knows how accurate those things are?
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, no, I appreciate you being down here, man. It's been awesome. You guys kicked ass and took names this week.
Appreciate it.
It's super cool.
It's been fun.
Who are we pulling in next? Randy Newton. Randy Newton.
What up? What up? What up?
Well, thank you, sir, for all your hard work. What stuck out most to you this year?
You know what? Honestly, this year has been a unique experience for me because I wasn't all over the floor like I was in the past. I was here. I learned about the product, kind of pitched the product to individuals, and did the shows. Kind of stayed here. One of the things, when you know this to be true, is like when you go out and you walk the aisle, you get stopped for like 25 minutes, and you can't. So
that's why I try not to walk away too much.
Yeah, you try to like sneak out quickly, come back in quickly. But it's been a new experience with me being in the booth, hanging out in the booth, and doing the shows and seeing everybody that we would normally see and come by and say hi. And I got to walk around, I think like 1 hour.
Sure.
Went to the far back corner to the waypoint, do the show, and then walk back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I got to walk around a little bit. I think it was Tuesday or early Wednesday morning. And then, other than that, other than going and seeing specific people that I needed to connect with,
Right.
That was basically it, and super cool. Great opportunity to, show off some new product for me, make some new acquaintances, and work on some business deals, things like that, man. So it's been great, and that's why I kind of stepped away from the podcast this week, because that's what I was focused on.
Right.
But it all worked out, man, and you guys crushed it, dude. It's awesome to see the amount of content you guys pumped out.
Well, it's been awesome. I mean, the team worked great. I really think Dubro for bringing us in here. I think Brian for giving us a complete crazy amount of freedom to do whatever we needed to do here. And
does this mean I got to go back and re-listen to every episode and use the editing
No.
tools?
It was quality content through and through. But you know what? Like you said earlier, you're bringing them all together, creating an amazing team, and the team worked awesome. It's like, we've known each other for a while. I've known John Rapp for a while, but I didn't know Jeremy too well.
Wait, what's his name?
John Rapp.
No. What's his name?
Paw.
Peepaw. Big Daddy.
With two P's.
Rap 2 P's.
Rap 2 P's. But this has been my 10th year doing this. And
crazy.
It is now we kind of have to don't go out and do that. They kind of come to us, which is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You do a lot of work. You do a lot of work in the industry. I've got a distinct outlet that I have with working in the industry with Chad, and then I have our show that we were working on. We're currently working on that crossover outdoors thing, and I think that's going to be a big one for us too. So
absolutely.
We're excited to see what the next evolution of Paddle and Fin is going to be.
100%, man. 100%. Well, I thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. I know this isn't our final goodbyes, but
no. But now we have to go to work. I have to go to work.
Right.
So
yeah, we got to break down this booth.
John's
But
turn.
let's get old Peepaw in here to close it down and get his take on everything. Mr. John Rapp, Rusty Hook Podcast, the old Rusty Hook.
The hooker in the house.
Can I do a voiceover like, "Welcome to the Rusty Hook"?
I would love that, man. I would love that. We need some nice voice content with our stuff. Hey, first of all, thank you for having me, letting me come down and be a part of the Dubro Paddle and Fin family. I enjoyed working both aspects.
Yeah.
As being part of the pro team, coming down in advance, shooting content for 2 days. As we drove down, we stopped in Tennessee, we stopped in Georgia, stopped at some stores, signed some contracts, and it was fun. We had a good time.
It's always a fun time when you're on the road with Mr. Rapp. Memorable part of ICast 2023 before we close it out.
Well, I can't go there because it was at one of the hotels on the way down, and the OG could not get out of bed. So, but we did have a good time. Enjoyed meeting Matt Gibson from Indiana, a new canoe guy, just an absolutely fantastic guy. Look him up. Talked to him a lot offline, through Dubro, but got to meet him in person, had a lot of fun. And what I did enjoy, I got to do some shows for the Paddle and Fin, but I also spent time out walking around and helping you meet people, and so we could make contracts, or hopefully make contracts, and so I feel like we accomplished our goals.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. And I appreciate everything you've done this week, man. And it's I'm super fortunate that I met you a few years back, and the friendship we've started, all the hard work you put into Paddle and Fin that folks don't even know about. And I just appreciate you guys and what you do, and most importantly, your brotherhood and your camaraderie, and your passion for the sport of fishing, kayak fishing, and just making sure everybody's having a good time and has a smile on their face. And without you, we may not have that sometimes. So you need to be noted on the fact that, we appreciate what you do, both on and off the camera.
Yeah, goes thinking about that. I think our boy Daniel.
Yeah.
Our boy Daniel had a good learning experience here.
For sure.
Those memories won't go.
Yeah.
Be around,
yeah. 100%. 100%.
Love it. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
All right.
Anytime. All right, everybody. We appreciate you guys tuning in this week. If you just hopped in or you missed some of the show, we're going to have is this off? Sorry. Technical difficulties. But we appreciate everybody tuning in this week. If you missed some of it, no worries. You could always go back, watch Facebook, YouTube. And then we're going to start pumping all this content out on the Facebook the podcast platforms. And you can listen to it all there. We appreciate you guys. Until next time, as always, tight lines.
Stay safe, and always wear your PFD.
Peace.